Perfect. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Hold on. I need to let everyone in and then we can start. Very cozy here. It's getting very cozy. It's a little bit cold here on the island of Crete in the evenings. During the day, I'm walking with my t-shirt. Can you imagine? Just a t-shirt. Just this one. I don't have many clothes with me. Actually, it's ridiculous, guys. You probably see me, I'm embarrassed to say, but you see me with two t-shirts in all my videos. Like seriously, it's either this one or the one underneath. I mean, I know there is an H&M here. I should have told you that before the recording. I know, because now it's all in the recording. But anyway, I'm not ashamed of that. I only have two shirts in my closet, just to. Anyway, I need to do some shopping. Seriously, right before California, I need to arrive to California in style. Every time I'm going to California, I'm renting one of those crazy cars. Like last time, it was this muscle car. Do you call it a muscle car, Genevieve? Is it a muscle car? I don't
Wasn't
know
it a
why I ended up
convertible?
with.
No, it wasn't a
What's that?
convertible this time, was it?
No, no, the first one was a convertible. The second time it was a muscle car. And guess what? I'm happy with a Fiat 500, like I'm totally fine with the smallest car there is. But all the cars were sold out, so I was forced to take some crazy cars. Anyway, so I gotta also get some proper t-shirts and I gotta look good before California. All right, guys. Let's get down to business. Let's learn a song. This time it's going to be a little easier. Not because the chords are easier, but just because the song is a lot slower, right? So yeah, I think it's gonna go a little bit faster today. Let's see. Let's begin with me playing the song. You guys have the running tabs. Everyone knows where to find the running tabs. Does it help, by the way? I started releasing more of those running tabs on YouTube. So it's good, not good? What do you say? Shall I keep on doing that? Okay, I'll try. I'll do my best. Takes a lot of editing. You don't see behind the scenes, but it takes awfully a lot of time. Anyway, let me give it a shot. It's 2 pages, so I need to organize it a little bit here on my screen. This is one, and where's the second one? All right, let's do it. All right, I'll be home for Christmas. Here we go. 3, 4. Oh, I need to scroll. Sorry, guys. Here. 4 and beginning. And here. No, hold on. I messed it up. Okay, that was the one with a few little stops in between. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is my arrangement. It turned out to be a little bit jazzy, which I like because I think the song is a little bit jazzy. So as long as I kept this jazzy
Un,
spirit of the
un
song,
toque
then I'm happy.
de cafecito, bebé. No, pero no café, el otro.
Maria Clara, are you talking to us?
What?
It sounds really
What?
beautiful. I
What?
love the
What?
language.
Ah, excuse me. You were hear me?
We all heard you. I thought you're complimenting me in Spanish, though. That's good. I thought it was a compliment. That's fine.
You understand Spanish? Do you understand Spanish?
No, muy poquito, muy
Muy
poquito. So
poquito.
poquito that it's muy
I
poquito.
was asking my husband for some coffee.
Ah, yeah, I think I heard the word coffee, so okay, good.
Okay, I put out my microphone.
Oh, okay. All right, you guys. Let's begin. Let's begin learning the song. You know the steps. I think you're already familiar with the way it goes in these lessons. You know what awaits you in the whole process of studying this song. So let's start with let's call it the level one. I don't know, it's not really beginners level one, but let's call it level one, meaning focusing on the kind of the left hand shapes, the pure shapes, not the finger style, but purely like extracting the chord shapes and working on that. So let's start with page one. Here it comes. Page one, page one, page one, page one. Alrighty. Okay, let's learn the chords. Needless to say, guys, you already know that from the previous classes. You need to learn this one by heart. Start with chords, just the chord shapes. I keep on repeating that, and I know it's boring to hear it for the millionth of time, but I just know that I just want to emphasize that. That's why I keep on repeating it. So learn the chords. So the first chord is C. We all know it very well. And I did see a message from you guys. I forgot who that was. I think that was Maria Clara, if I'm not mistaken. She asked about the next, no, or was it Jackie? I don't remember. Somebody asked about the D sharp diminished 7 chord. Why it's different than, like, why the tabs are different than the picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was
So,
me.
and
It was
it was you. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, yes, then it was Jackie, that's right. So look, that's always the difficulty because we're dealing with kind of 2 levels. And I'm trying to put some shapes for you because some of you asked me to include chord shapes like the picture of the neck on top of it. But the thing is that that's a very static thing. It doesn't move, it's just one shape. But the tabs are moving because of the melody. So we have a conflict going on. And I always have to choose what to do in the shape. What should I show you guys? Because there's always some movement because of the melody. So it's kind of the chord that I'm talking about right now. It's the D sharp diminished 7. The shape, the original shape, if we just forget about the melody, no melody, we don't care about melodies here. So the shape is this, which is the spider chord. We had this one in, I love this one. I highly suggest you to learn this particular shape, to know it inside out, because I use it in so many of my arrangements. It's a difficult shape, but once you get this one, it can help you to like spice up any song you're playing. So the spider chord, it looks like that. So let me just guide you with the fingers. Index finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string. Then it's kind of weird, but you do need to do that. So you take your ring finger and you put it on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Then you take the middle finger, you put it in between those fingers on the 2nd fret, 2nd string, and then the pinky goes on the 1st string, 3rd fret. And it sounds very spooky, very, I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird chord. It's one of those extremely spicy chords that sound terrible on its own, but beautiful when we put it together with the rest of the chords. So for some of you, it might be a new chord or still a difficult chord. To remind you, let's do it together. Just a quick exercise. Press, release, and press. Open the fingers fully. The next step after that, keep on playing, is to memorize this shape. Don't look at your fingers. Trust them. Okay? That's the one. That's the final step. Once you can play it in speed without any mistakes, you're good. Then your fingers know what to do. Okay? But the shape, I do want to talk about the tabs, because actually when we will be playing the tabs, you'll tell me like, hey, hold on, the shape is very different from what we just learned. So what's the point of us learning the original shape? So yeah, the melody changes the fingering big time. Oh, Denita, you're a cat. All right, I'm telling you, animals just know that there's something going on with those cameras. They just feeling it. Cats are sneaky. I'm telling you. Like here in Chenia, that's the city where I'm staying right now. There's so many cats, tons of cats. They're walking on the streets. They're so cute, unbelievably cute. They're like humans. I'm telling you. I want to adopt all of them, and I'm allergic to cats, unfortunately. But anyway, so let's look into the tabs of this. The same chord, guys. The same chord, but I want to modify that shape a little bit. Put a bar chord on the second fret. You'll need that. Add the middle finger to the third string, third fret. Okay, then you get a perfect B7. As a matter, it's another chord, B7, but we are after D sharp diminished anyway. Weird names. And the final thing I want you to do is to take your pinky while the rest of the fingers are doing their thing. You press the 5th fret on the first string, and you get a crazy sound. It's such a distorting sound. It's it's really weird. One of the weirdest chords, but let me be honest with you guys, it's one of the nicest chords ever. I just love this chord so much. It's so jazzy. Okay? Very spicy. Okay, so that's the shape, and I think you know what we're going to do next. Press and release. Press the chord and release. Try to be in rhythm together with me. And open. Open it fully. Open your fingers. I want to see your fingers here. You see, all the way. That's not how we're gonna be playing songs, but just for the sake of the exercise and for your muscle memory. Press, release. Press, release. Work on that shape. All the fingers, that's how it works, guys. If we analyze all the movements, we take a magnifying glass and we slow everything down in order for us to understand how this thing works. All the fingers are dancing together, all right? So it's a dance that happens together, not one by one. There's no time for it. No time for first the bar chord, then this one, then the pinky. No, you're late. So you need to also make the switch. I think in most cases, from my experience, it's simply something that happens that, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Because Ilse is frozen, so I thought maybe it's me. Okay, so there is a weird signal in our head that tells us, first put this one, then put that one, and then we end up doing a lot of things in that way. Just try to go against this instinct. Just go against it. Go and press with all the fingers at the same time, even if you get the wrong shape. Okay, try to break through this habit. It's very important, because that's what actually changes the game entirely. Okay, right. So this is our D sharp dim 7 chord. Let's move into the next chord, D minor 7. It's kind of a D minor 7. It's actually a D minor. It's a D minor with, what is it? sus4, whatever, some spicy stuff there. A very strange shape, and it goes like this. 5 with the middle finger. These are the fingers that I'm using. These fingers are not specified in the tabs, guys, so it's good for you to pay attention to the fingers here. Middle finger on the 5th fret, 4th string. The ring finger right underneath it on the 3rd string, 5th fret, and the index finger goes on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. And don't pluck your 1st string, because, well, it's not a terrible string to, you can still pluck it, but because we will be using a melody there, and the melody is on your 3rd string, that's the number 3 that it's inside of the chord. That's why we don't want to go above that note frequency wise. That's how it works in music, not only in theory, but just That's when you have a melody, it's always going to be higher in the register than any other note. So if this is our melody, the third fret on the third string, we don't want to plug the first string because we're going to hear it as the melody. You see? And then the third fret, it just gets completely like lost within the chord. That's a useful information if you're into arranging or if you want to understand a little bit how this whole thing is done. All right, are we good? So far, so good, everyone? Am I going too slowly? Am I talking too much? As always? Okay, good. I see you practicing, guys. Keep on doing your thing. I know maybe some of the things I already mentioned before, but let's move on. There is a very nice transition. So the D minor 7 to the G7. Can you guys already guess what we're gonna do there? So this is our D minor 7, and this is the G7. The only thing you gotta do is to find the shortest way to connect these shapes. So that, and the shortest way, this is the formula, that's how it works. The less movement, the better. The less movement you have, the quicker you can shift between shapes in general. So if this is our previous chord, D minor 7, the only thing I gotta do is, Danita, help me with this one. Show me, exactly. So the middle finger. So the middle finger, we just shifted one fret back and voila, we are at the G7, okay? And yeah, just, you can practice the transitions. You, just like I said before, I'm gonna go a little bit faster here. I'm not gonna work on every shape. So you can do it while I'm talking actually. So press, release, work on these new shapes. It's very good. Try to memorize them. It's not gonna happen today, but little by little, today is gonna help a lot. But you have tomorrow, you have, how many days you have to Christmas? Another 10 or something. You can manage. I think you'll definitely manage with this one. A little bit of work, and you gotta have a very nice song to present on Christmas, maybe even on Aloha night. Why not? Alrighty. Next one. E, what is it? Hold on, let me figure out. E minor added 11. Whoa, E minor added 11. So it's the same as your D minor chord, guys. D minor, we all know D minor, right? So you take that D minor and you keep on moving up until your index finger reaches the third fret. Okay, and voila, you are at the E, M added 11. Another way to look at this chord, anyone wants to help me? Maybe a different way, a different shortcut. If we are looking for, if we are connecting it to the previous one, what do you say? Mary Eve, you want to help us a little bit with figuring out? Like we have the previous chord and we want to get here. There's just a very tiny little movement. Just one finger again, just one finger, right? We were here, guys, G7. What do we need to do? Just the ring finger, guys. Exactly. We love this kind of chords. That's, I'm on purpose trying to find chords which are easy. I'm not trying to make things harder for you guys just because I love to see you sweat, you know, not really. All right. Then we have another very spicy chord, A7 flat 9. In other words, a diminished chord. It's another spider chord, but because it has open strings, we kind of don't see so much of the spider shape. But as a matter of fact, if we take the first spider shape that we've learned before and we keep on moving down, you end up in the same shape. So yeah, it's a nice A7, guys. So here's our A7. Farah is joining us. Right on time. Here we go. A7 flat 9. The fingers that I'm using are index finger for the third string, first fret, and the middle finger for the first string, first fret. Hey, Farah, welcome to your weekly Sunday class. No, it's not Sunday. Hold on, it's not Sunday. It's Thursday today. I tricked you. Okay. Let's continue. I hope you guys are practicing, doing what you should. And let's move on to the next line. D minor. We know D minor. I don't think we should practice that one. Very good. Humming so loudly. Very good. I can definitely hear this chord. That's a perfect D minor. Good job, Mary Clara. All right. Hold on, where was I? Okay, D minor, then we have okay, that's a nice one. D minor sharp 7. Sometimes we call it the augmented chord. Have you guys ever heard what augmented chords are? Whoa, we have the diminished chords, which are very like narrow chords, and we have augmented chords, which are like very spread chords. It's not a physical thing. It's not that it are large chords in terms of like, whoa, that is an augmented chord. No, there's something about the notes why it's called augmented, all right? But that's for theory. So if we are at the D minor, this is our D minor, guys. What you gotta do, it's a very strange shape. You gotta take your index finger, make a very strange, ugly bar chord with that. Let me show you how it's done. I think we had something like that in our previous class, like last Sunday or something. If maybe I'm mistaken, I don't remember anymore. Anyway, you see how it looks? So it doesn't even need to be a whole bar chord because you're not gonna be touching the first string. There's no first string in this chord. So it's kind of against all the rules, you know what I mean? Like against all the rules of keeping your fingers relaxed. But hey, it's just a quick chord. So think about this. You have an elevator button and you need to press it with your index finger. You come here and this is how you do it. You see? This is how you do it. That's how you press that button. That's the feeling in my index finger when I do that. As if I'm kind of just pressing that button. Okay? So DM and the next chord. So strange. Sounds so strange. Seriously. Okay. Let's move on. It's all in the area, which is nice. F. We know the F chord, but still we are very happy with that F chord, guys. But sometimes the chords we know already giving us a very hard time because it has to do with transitioning between the previous chord to the chord after the chord that we know so well. Okay, so it needs sometimes extra attention, even though we're like, oh, that's F, it's all cool. So I suggest I'm skipping a lot of steps. I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm still skipping quite some steps. And the steps are gluing chords together. So it's more important that you guys just remember the right steps of practicing than us, playing the song hundreds of times, but me not explaining the right way of actually doing that, That's what I think personally. So I prefer keep on talking and reminding you guys the right way of practicing. That's more important than us just playing it so many times and not really improving. Okay, then we have the D minor sharp 7 chord again, so that D augmented sound. And after that, we go to the F minor 6, which is another type of F minor with a bit of spice. The spice is the 6. So here is the F minor 6 chord. Index finger on the first fret, 4th string, the ring finger. It's actually, if you look very closely, it's kind of making the shape of that spider chord that I was talking about, but in a different area of the neck. So it's good to register those little tricks, because if a certain chord reminds you a different shape, you can quicker just get into your memory. Okay, so this is how I'm doing it. Index finger on the first fret, 4th string. The ring finger goes to the, 3rd string, 2nd fret. Middle finger goes right in between. Same thing as we did already for the spider chord. Same fingering, same positions and all that. So sorry, the position is not the same. We just need to switch it. Anyway, middle finger goes on the 1st fret, 2nd string, and nothing on the 1st string. Don't touch that string, okay? And again, we can practice this shape by strum, open, strum, open. This is a very nice shape for you guys. If you want to have a nice substitute for the F minor chord, you can definitely play those 3 notes. Okay, let's move on. G7, we already had this shape before. Okay, next one is C, but kind of a weird C. It's a C without that 3rd fret that we're so used to. What's happening? Why is it such a weird C? Can anyone help me? Finish the sentence. What do you say, guys? Why is this C different than the C that we know so well? Anyone? Denita, take it over. Tell us.
The C is already in the chord on the string. And when we were playing the other one, it just duplicated that C. So you can do without it.
Exactly. And yeah,
Just
we
don't take the
guys,
circles.
we need 3 notes. We need 3 notes to make it into a chord. Again, it's coming from theory, and one of the notes is double. So actually, that's what Danita is saying. But there is another reason why I chose this shape. This is one of the reasons. The other reason is that we have a melody that ends on the second string. Am I right? So the melody is in the second. Oh, hold on. I'm back. I'm back with the thumbs. Yay! Okay, so I completely forgot. That's my favorite part. So the melody is on the second string. There is a 0 there. So we don't want to touch that first string because the first string is going to eat that melody and you won't recognize the song at all. Okay, that's the main reason. Okay, that's an easy chord. I think the easiest chords ever, just zeros, right? Let's move on. We have an EM chord. I think we had this one before, didn't we? Do we have an EM? Actually, I'm confusing you guys. I'm giving different names to the same shape. I hope you're not gonna see that, but you're gonna probably wonder, like, what is this Boris guy doing? Okay, you can call it an EM, you can call it EM added 11, but, oh no, hold on, I'm right, hold on. I think I'm very right because the previous chord, if you look at the second line, I called it EM add 11, and the one after that, which is exactly the same shape, so on bar number 11 there is another EM, but I didn't add the 11 to it. Can you guys explain why? I was getting scared right now because I was like, okay, I made a mistake, but actually it's not a mistake. Can you guys tell me why I did that? I want you to understand what's going on there.
Again,
Anyone?
melody?
What's that?
The melody again? The song melody?
Yeah, it's in the melody. It's in the melody, exactly. So the first chord, the EM added 11, we have the melody on the first string. And actually that first string added to the chord, that's the spice. That's the added 11, actually. That's this weird added thing. In the next EM, the melody is on the second string. So that therefore is a simple EM. All right, so I was right. I was almost about to say, guys, I messed it up, but I didn't. Okay, let's move on. All right, we have the AM chord. We all know how to play AM, but here you have a melody right on top on the third string. My favorite way of doing it is middle finger on the fourth string, second fret, and pinky. I know some of you might do this. I don't like the feeling. I have short fingers. I don't like having this tension between my middle finger and the ring finger. They're a little bit too far from each other, and I'm playing the smallest ukulele ever, like the soprano ukulele, so things should be very narrow, but even then I have tension. I don't like it. So therefore I play it with my pinky, and it feels like butter. So anyway, this is how I do it. But that's not a difficult chord. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. The D chord, we all know a D chord, but this one has a melody on the 5th fret, first string. I want you to play a bar chord on the 2nd fret, a full bar chord, guys, full bar chord. Okay, and add the pinky to the 5th fret. Keep the fingers round. You see, this is very important. Even when you're playing the bar chord, you shouldn't do anything weird with your fingers. Don't do that. Extra tension doesn't bring us anywhere. Okay, so if you need to practice this chord, strum, open, strum, open. Keep the thumb pressed all the time. Okay, that's the practice. Let's move on. Okay, D6. You see, I'm like Santa Claus today. I'm giving you treats. So we have the first chord, what is it, D? Was it D? And right next to it, we have a very, very nice chord, D6. Very little movement. I'm not making things difficult for you, trying to find the shortest way. So just release the pinky and you're there. D6, a very jazzy chord. Okay? And a very easy one. Okay, back to that DM7. You know the shape by now. We move on to the next line. I'm on bar 16. Bar 16, the G7. Let's look into the G7 chord. G7, we know the G7, right? 0, 2 with the middle finger, 1 with the index finger, and the ring finger on the 2nd fret 1st string. G7, I bet you all know this one. Okay. Let me see. Well, let's check the rest of the shapes and then we can start putting things together. This is like literally, I consider that like 50% of the work is in there, probably even more. You know, once you get the shape and you memorize the shape, you are halfway there, okay? So let's move on to the next chord. I'm on bar 17, 0, 5, 5, 5. The way I would play it, actually, it all depends on the transitioning, but let me see. Probably I would do that. Yeah, I would play it with the 2nd finger, so the middle finger on the 3rd string, 5th fret, and the ring finger on the 5th fret below it on the 2nd string, and the pinky. I kind of like this transition. And the pinky on the 5th fret, 1st string. You can also try and play it with other sets of fingers. I personally don't like the feeling, you know, I kind of do that. So just exclude your index finger. That's the trick. Okay, we move on to the next shape. That's a very pretty one. F minor 6, another F minor 6, and it's a very close shape. It's a very just one finger away from the previous chord. So F minor 6, here's my F, sorry, this is my G sus2/F. The only thing I gotta do, guys, is release the ring finger and add the index finger and you get the F minor 6. So the rest of the fingers should stay. You see? The less movement, the better. Index finger to that 4th fret on the 2nd string, that's what gives you the F minor 6, and you can lift the ring finger from your previous chord, and that's how you do the transition. Is that clear? Yep. Okay, good job. And we move on. C5. Why C5? It's because, again, we have the melody on the 2nd string. It's not even a complete C, but hey, it's a ukulele with 4 strings, so sometimes we need to make hard choices, guys, hard choices. So C5, here is our C5, nothing on the 1st string, guys, avoid the 1st string. So when you strum this chord, strum it down and lean, stop on your 1st string. That's how you mute it, all right? That's one of the ways of muting that string. Okay, that's a very easy chord. We go on to another very nice chord, A7, a very easy one. I bet most of you already know it. 0, 0 on the 4th string, 1 on the 3rd, 0, 0. A very easy chord. All right, very good. We move on to the D7. Okay, D7, I think we had it somewhere in the song, the same shape, but for a different chord, I guess. Anyway, maybe I'm saying something wrong. But anyway, this is our chord, a bar chord on the 5th fret, full bar chord on the 5th fret, and the only thing you gotta do is add the middle finger to the 3rd string, fret number 6. Okay, that's your chord. Anyway, very funky, very bluesy, very, you name it. Okay, what else? Then we have a G7, we know this one. Then we have our favorite chord in the world, the C chord, the position that we love so much, so it's all good. All right, we're done with the chords. We talked about all the fingering, about all the shapes. Any questions till this point, guys? You can raise your hand, you can just unmute yourself. We're a small group, so we can handle it. Any questions about any one of the chords or how to practice them? No? All good? All right.
Boris? Oops.
Yep. Farah? Oh, sorry, it's
Uh,
Melinda.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Uh, the G7, is that a different G7 on bar 10?
Bar 10, bar 10, bar 10, bar 10, bar 10. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's a different G7. And the reason for it is because this song, we're gonna be learning this one in chord melody. So the melody making a lot of movements within the shapes, you know? If we would study the song as a voice together with the ukulele, so let's say if you want to sing and play the song, you can totally simplify those shapes, and instead of going and learning a whole new shape, such as this one, just play the G7 that you already know, as long as you're not the one playing the melody. But if you want to put it all into one instrument and play melody together with the chords on the 4 strings of the ukulele, then you're gonna end up with different types of chords all the time. So maybe 10 different G7s, 5 different Cs, you name it. That's the reason behind all that. Okay?
Okay, thank you. I came in late, so sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, probably because I was just talking about it in the beginning of the lesson. Cool. All right. Let's move on to our next step. You guys are ready? The next step, let's give it a shot. Let's try and play the song. If you are a beginner, if you happen to be a beginner, because this class is also for beginners, you can play the shapes that you already know. So just what Melinda just mentioned, that we can, take a different shape. Like if you see this G7 shape right over here, and it's a new shape for you, you can also play the G7 that you're already familiar with. However, if you want to learn this arrangement, because this class is mostly about the arrangement, so I suggest you to play the exact shapes that are written in the song. So I'm gonna count it off and we're gonna play it together. Just one quick thing about the form before we start. The form goes like this. We start from bar 1. There is a repetition sign on that bar, which we will need to come back to. So we start on bar 1, we play until bar 9. Hold on. No, sorry, my bad. We play until bar 16. So from bar 1 until bar 16. Okay, after finishing bar 16, we go back to the beginning of the song. So bar number 1, your C chord. We play, we reach bar number 9. We don't play that bar. And we jump right to the second ending, which is on your bar 17th. That's the second page. And we play until the end of the song. Yep, is that clear? So we need to jump on the second repetition. Okay, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's play the song, but before I'm gonna count it off for you guys. This song is in 6/8. So it's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a bar will be counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or a slow 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Something like that. Okay, let's begin. Some bars have 2 chords in them, so pay attention. That means you split the bar into 2 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 chord, second chord. Let's give it a try and see where it brings us. From the top, guys, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, read further. 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A7 flat 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F minor 6, 4, 5, 6. G7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C to the EM to the AM. 4, 5, 6. D 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D6. 4, 5, 6, D minor 7, 4, 5, 6, G7 to the beginning, guys, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, second bar, 4, 5, 6, D minor 7, 4, 5, 6, G7, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, second one, 4, 5, 6, F minor 6 to the C5, 4, 5, 6, A7, 4, 5, D7, fifth bar, fifth fret, and G7, 4, and to the C. Okay, let me check on you. It wasn't that simple because some of the chords are new. Am I guessing it right? So even though it's not like, I'm not counting very fast, but there are a lot of new shapes. So what do you guys say? Should we do it again? Should we work on that specific transition? I want to hear you guys talk. What is, once again, we do it again? Same tempo, faster, slower? Same tempo. Okay, let's do it in the same tempo, same thing. So this is very important. Before we start doing the finger style chord melody, without this, we cannot go to the next step. It's gonna be just extremely hard. So let's do that. Let's do it again. From the top, guys, from the top.
Hey, Boris.
Yes.
This is Phyllis.
Hey, Phyllis, hey.
Hey, I was the same as Melinda on that G7 until it occurred to me that it's from the F chord. So as I'm approaching the G7, I'm making an F and putting that other finger down, and it works well.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good trick. So it's actually, it's an F, it's F7 chord. So if this is your F, then you add the ring finger, you get an F7.
Yeah,
And
it is.
if you slide it 2 frets up, then you get a G7.
It
And you
sure
can keep on
is.
sliding it, then you get G sharp 7, then an A7, and then, you keep on going. Yeah, that's how it works. But that's a good one. Guys, I'm just giving suggestions. You can always find your way. Don't study things as if like Boris said so. Like, I'm actually, the main thing that I'm trying to teach you is how to question things in music, like how to do problem solving, I want to teach you how to study, how to do things on your own. That's one of the things that I think that are very valuable, because there are plenty of songs out there. There are plenty of tabs and arrangements and chords and you name it. So if you have the tools, you can solve a lot of those problems by yourself. Anyway, let's do it again. Let's do it from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, to the G7, 2, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2. F minor 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, D, D6, from the top, 4, 5, 6, to the G7, second line, here we go, and the next one, F minor 6, A7, D7, C, and 5, 6, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How are we doing? Are we getting there? Okay. Well, we need a few more rounds, and that's how it goes, guys. That's how it goes. The chords are new to you, and there are a lot of them. It's not only 4 chords and 4 easy shapes. There's a lot of changes. So this is step 1. You'll need to sit on that for the next day, 2, 3, perhaps. And all what I can suggest you to do is spend 15 minutes on that. Just make a little scale if you want to be able to play this arrangement on Christmas. You know, this is a ballad, so you don't have to rush, you don't have to play fast. But I suggest you to take the next few days, 2, 3 days max. I think it will, 3 days, this is the max, you'll nail it. And just play the chords, the plain chords, until you get it right, until you already know. You need to reach the level when you anticipate, when you already know, when your fingers tell you, hey, I know the next chord. I know what's coming next. That's the level where you have to be, you know? That means you know the song. And also your eyes, it's not only your fingers. The way you're reading this thing, right now we're like, there's a chord coming, oh, you know? No, it should be like, oh, that's cool. You know what, I can even go to have a break and get something to eat in the meantime, you know, while I'm pressing that chord. You need to have this space in the bar, because we're having one strum per bar. It's very, very slow. So that gap after the strum that you guys are doing, this gap is for you to search for the next shape, you know, but in a very relaxed way. So you should feel, hey, I know what the next shape is. I know I studied it. So the more you will practice this arrangement, the better it will get, you know, as simple as that. Okay. I would love to play it a few more rounds with you guys, and we definitely will improve, but I want to talk a little bit about the finger picking thing. Okay, we're good? We're ready for it? Okay. So let me see. How do we do that? Yeah, you know what, because it's a ballad, because it's a very slow song, you can even decide to play it with your thumb. I rarely do that, and I actually, when I performed the song in front of you, I didn't play with my thumb, but hey, you can also do that. So let's say if I would play it with the thumb, it would sound like this. Try it. It could work. However, my preferred way of playing would be with the 4 fingers, 4 strings position. Okay? For now, start with simply plucking, just plucking. So let's say when you see a vertical chord, such as your first chord, the C chord, right? I know that you heard me do this. Right, it's a very nice, you know, sounding chord. So there's a little trick, but let's leave it for now. We did talk about it in our previous classes, but for now, for what I'll be explaining to you, I just want you to pluck, just pluck with 4 fingers, all the 4 strings. So we plug the first chord, and what is important here is to understand the counting. Okay, so as I told you, we have 6 8 notes. This is the counting in the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, right. How should I do it? I need to count. So this is the thumb. This is the 1. This is the 2, all right? Something like that. So this is where you strum the chord. This is where you strum, actually plug the chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the next note, the 0 on your 3rd string, where does it fall? Can you guys help me? Where in the 6 counts does the 0 on the 3rd string fall? Shelly saying the 3rd one. Exactly, that's the 3rd one, because we need 6 8 notes. The first note is a quarter note, so it swallowed another 8 note. It became bigger, it swallowed another 8 note. Bigger means longer. Okay, so the first chord we count as 1, 2, and then the rest of the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I move on to the next line. So this is a very important rhythm, guys. Very, very important one. You need to really feel this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so work on that rhythm. What I want to do, let's try to connect this thing. I want to connect the first bar to the second bar, and let me see. Okay, there was a question about this fifth fret. Okay, so what I want you guys to do in the second bar, this is our chord, okay, with the bar chord. Right at the end, you need to go to the 3, to the 3rd fret on the first string. So the way I'm doing it, I'm taking my ring finger and I'm putting it there on the 3rd fret. So this is the starting point, and towards the end, I keep the bar chord, I keep on pressing. We need that sustain. I bring my ring finger, kind of, you need to squeeze it in, and you get that little 3 at the very end. So the 6, that's on your final count, the 6 count. Okay? Can we play this part together? So the first 2 bars, let's try to do that. Here we go. The counting is gonna go to 6, and then we pick it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Bring the ring finger and you're good. How are we doing? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Thumbs up. Come on, work. It's not working. No, I mean the fireworks thing. It's weird. It doesn't always react. We're good, right? Get in there? Okay. So let's move on to the next shape. So this is our shape, the next chord, the DM. Let's put it together. I want to play the entire first line. Let's do it. So this is the way of practicing, guys. Remember, 1 bar at a time, and then you connect it. The gluing point between bars is very important. Okay? Don't forget to glue those bars together. Here we go. The first line entirely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, as you can see, the rhythm is the same. The rhythm is the same throughout most of the song. Okay, let's continue. The next one is a small transition, as you remember, from this chord to the G7, right? I think that's gonna be pretty easy. You know what? I'll challenge you a little bit. Let's play the entire the first line and the second line entirely, and then I'll check on you. Maybe you have some questions. Okay, first line and second line together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we need to talk about a few things, don't we? Do we? Or we are cool? What do you say? It's all good? Yeah, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. No, right? Okay, so there are a few things. First of all, I think the left hand is cool. We know what, because we practiced it. But the part of the EM added 11, so bar number 5, the rhythm is a little different. Can you guys help me out with the rhythm? What's going on there? Anyone? That's the bar that's different in its rhythm. What do we do? So we have 6 counts. How do we divide those notes? Anyone? Anyone? I need you. I'm not gonna answer this one.
Yeah, it's prolonged because it has a dot after it, so it's 3 counts. The first one, yeah.
Exactly. Very good, Ilse. So the first one has a dot, means what is a dot? Let me explain that. A dot adds half of the value, half of the length of the actual note. So if the note is a quarter note, and what is a quarter note? A quarter note evens to 2 8 notes, right? So if you have to add half of 2 8 notes combined, so meaning a quarter note, you need to divide that quarter note into 2, so 2 8 notes, and add an 8 note to it, so meaning 3 8 notes. So we have 3 8 notes for the first note, and then again 3 8 notes at the very end, which you need to plug. So this means we have a complete bar of 6 8 notes. So that's how we divide it. Can we play that bar together? So bar number 5, just to get the rhythm. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Once again, 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, that's the one. What else? Yeah, and then we're back to the rhythm, which we played before. So then we're cool. Okay? So I also suggest you to isolate the way you work on things. There is also the rhythm. So, and the rhythm needs to be addressed differently. Like, just work on that rhythm. Take 2 bars. Like, what I would do if I would really want to like nail this song, I would take bar 5 and 6, and I will rotate around these 2 bars as something that represents the rhythm. You know what? A good exercise just for the rhythm, to get it right, just put zeros everywhere. Don't even care about the chords. Forget about the left-hand fingers. Just take those 2 bars, bar 5 and 6, and plug the strings with no notes, but plug it in the right rhythm. So that's a very nice exercise to make you understand the 2 types of rhythms that we have in this song. So you won't confuse between them, because it's very easy to confuse between them. And then if we play it together, we're not gonna be together. You're gonna actually lose where you're at, and the song is gonna actually, fall apart. So should we do it? No, let's not do it. Let's not. We don't have so much time. So, but this is just something for you guys to work on. You can take it to other spots within the song. Okay. I at least want to spend like a little bit, a few extra minutes with you guys. If you have to go, please do. Sometimes my lessons are taking a bit extra time, but you can watch the replay. Just leave me alone, just let me talk to myself. It's also fine. Just watch the replay. It's amazing, huh? We just watched the replay. What else? Okay. We are at the A7 flat 9. I want to move on because the next section is very easy and I think we can handle it. Let's try and play the first 3 lines together. Okay, because the third line is not that hard, so I think we can manage. And I bet you already practiced it a little bit, so we're good. Here it comes. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2. G7, next line. 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's the change, right? 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3. And F minor 6. Okay. I bet it's getting a bit harder, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of new notes, a lot of new chords. Like, ideally, this type of a song will take a lesson, like probably 2 lessons, maybe even 3, to really make the best out of it. But I think you have the right tools. It's just a matter of time. So I think it's kind of a lesson to get you guys going. So when we arrive at the F minor 6, this is your shape, right? This is F minor 6. Then the only thing you got to do for the melody is lift that middle finger, right? From the 1 to the 0, from the 1 to the 0. There's a little bit of a melody going on there. Okay? Then we go back to the G7. Let me see, what can we do there? Yeah, the rest is kind of cool. I think we're good, we're good. You know what? I'll be very ambitious with what I'm gonna do, but maybe that will work. What do you say? Shall we play the whole thing? Who is in for that? Or am I too ambitious? Shall we do that? Yes or no? What do you say, guys? We do it? Okay, so here's what I suggest, because everyone is in a slightly different level and some of you practiced it already, some of you didn't. I mean, I don't know. So let's do this. Let's get the most out of this class. If you feel like it's a bit too hard or just too hard, just strum the chords on the 1. You already know the chord shapes. That can be hard enough, okay? So a simple strum, follow the chords. If you did your homework and you practiced the song and you're ready to do the next thing, just play the right thing. Play the whole finger picking pattern, no problem. Try to get this whole thing together. If there is a difficult spot within the song, just skip that, just stop. Just literally take off your fingers, let me play it. You just listen and then you pick it up on the next bar. But the most important thing is that we keep on going. We're on that train and the train is not gonna stop. Okay, that's what we're gonna be doing. Let's call it performance mode, but not really. Okay, so let's do it from the top. 1, I'm gonna take it slow, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the tricky one, the rhythm, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And D6, 2, 2. And I messed it up a little bit. 4, 5, G7 from the top. And 4, 5, 6, C. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a tricky one. 2, 3, 4, and 1. I need to talk about this part with you guys. Second one. Ding, doom, ding, 2, 3, 4, 5, and C5 and A7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Same rhythm. I messed it up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Okay. Okay, how are we doing here? Whoa, Danita, you practiced. Did you practice the song? You did, right? Well, how many times? Share the secret. We want to know. Hold on, you're muted. 1 second. Oh, 5 days? What? 5 hours? 5 months? 5 years? Hold on. I need to unmute you. Oh, oops. I think you just unmuted yourself and then I pressed mute again. One sec.
Okay. No, probably 5 different times, but I focus on the hard measures first before I put it together.
Right.
Oh, probably a couple dozen times.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And this is also a good approach, you know, like you can also start just from the hard parts, you know, but sometimes you need to identify what is hard and what is not. It's not always like so clear because sometimes you look at, like I said, the chord can be very, like looking very easy, but then if you connect it to the previous section, which is also maybe not a very tricky chord, but because they're just such, because the shapes are so different from each other, it makes it hard. So it's sometimes hard to even spot, you know, the difficulties. So sometimes you just, so my approach is a little bit different. I mean, I can quickly see what's hard, what's not, but my approach is more like showing the route for you guys, like what is the right way of practicing. So when you have a new arrangement in front of you, what is the way? So I would like check every connection. And when I know that, hey, the first bar to the second bar is cool, I know what to do there, then let's focus on that 7th bar because that's the one I tried to play and it didn't sound good. So, you know, just it's still good to try and connect everything. And then whatever requires more time, then sit on that a bit longer, no problem. But it's a good one. I bet it sounds already very good. I would ask you, of course, to maybe you like to perform it for us during Aloha. I mean, no. Okay, no pressure. Okay. So here's one thing I wanted to tell you guys because I gave you a little bit of a wrong explanation in one of the parts. And it's not really a wrong explanation. It's because I'm myself all the time dealing with what to write in the score. Because I know some of you like to have those chords on top, which I understand, but sometimes it's just making things a little bit harder. So if you look at bar 7, bar 7 is not really the DM chord. I mean, it is the DM chord. Like if you would happen to like strum the chords, it would be a DM. But the line that I'm playing is only involves 2 strings. You know what I mean? It's only this. This is my DM. Just 2 and a 0. So is this DM? That doesn't give you enough information about the shape. However, I decided to still like put that DM inside. So I'm not sure if that really helps. Yes, you can strum the DM if you would be like strumming the song and singing along. But for the chord melody arrangement, this DM actually only confusing you because you don't even need to, what I'm doing when I'm playing this part, I'm simply putting 1 finger there. You see? Why should I have all my fingers there if I only need this and then I need that, right? So first is, what is it? The DM, and then check out, remember this difficult shape that I was explaining to you, and that's why probably you got also confused right now because you were like, well, what is this freaky shape that Boris was explaining to me because I cannot even get that. So remember this one, the little bar chord, it's not needed in the arrangement. Like you don't really need to make this crazy bar chord because the only thing you got to do is you start here, you move 1 finger down to the 1st fret 3rd string and you get that flavor. It's a flavor, guys. It's not the full chord, but that flavor, when it reaches our ears and we listen to this particular part, we interpret it as D minor sharp 7 or whatever, as I called this chord before, augmented chord. You know what I mean? Like it reminds you of that flavor, of that chord. So technically speaking, you don't need to break your fingers, all right? Make it a lot easier for yourself, just like, this is like the easiest part, as a matter of fact. It just goes like this. How easy is that? Instead of, and it actually changes the sound entirely. You shouldn't do that. So I hope I'm not confusing you, but I'm trying to combine as I said, the shapes, the plane shapes together with the dynamic, very dynamic movement. And sometimes it just brings trouble, unfortunately. I don't know in a different way. That's why when I started doing my arrangement, guys, in the beginning, I didn't write down any chord shapes. It was only the tabs. I knew I could add chord shapes, but though it was done on purpose because I didn't want to, confuse you guys with some like bars such as this one. Anyway, I hope this made it a little bit clearer. All right, maybe it's time for questions because we're like way over time. As I said, this song needs some time, so it's easier than the previous one because it's slower, I think, but it's not a beginner song, especially if you're playing it fingerstyle, chord melody. So, any questions, guys, before we wrap it up? No? All right, all right. So, everyone's gonna be playing it during Aloha? All right. Let's play it together. Like everyone in there, like in different time zones and a bit of latency everywhere because of the internet. And let's just play this one together. It can be fun. Guys, I'm trying to make it a tradition of every Aloha night. There's going to be a special guest, and I'm not going to be telling you who the guest is going to be. A guest outside the Patreon community. What do you say? Just introducing some new artists. Sounds good? I kind of liked how it went last time. I'm gonna keep it exciting for you. Okay, well, that's about it, guys. That's about it. I see you tomorrow. We have another one tomorrow. Don't forget. It's a marathon. Yeah, I'm not doing my daily dosage of walking on the street because I know I have a whole marathon with you guys. I actually need to go and have a walk. I'm sitting behind the screen quite a lot, seriously. I gotta go outside. The weather is, it's a bit chilly, but still good. Still good. At least it doesn't rain. Anyway, right, guys, I see you tomorrow, same time, same place, new song. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Ilse, we love you, love you, love you. Hopefully we see you tomorrow as well. Yay. Ciao, guys. Ciao, ciao.